Let's make sure that we're good. We are. Cool. Problem. I just got back from the hospital because my dumbass cut my finger open. You know what's funny though? When I was at the hospital, I told them that I did it at home, and I did it with a thing of sheet metal. I said that. The first thing I said to them is, no, I did it at home with sheet metal. And they're like, oh, it's not work related. I'm like, no, no. And then right at the very end of it, I was like, yeah, you want to know how it happened? It was the bagel slicer. And they were like, bagel slicer?
But yeah, I got a bagel slicer at our house.
Yeah, we got a bagel slicer at our house. Totally didn't happen.
Like, what? You just got off work? That's funny. You just, like,
you just went home
and grabbed the sheet metal?
The doctor and the nurse were cool. They didn't care, you know. I mean, you should, you know, it doesn't matter. But it's funny. And apparently, because whenever I got in there, my blood pressure was like 167 over 111. I was like, ooh, it's a spicy blood pressure. But after that, they waited 5 minutes, did my blood pressure again, and it was still like 150 something, but it was like, bottom number was like 97, so it definitely dropped dramatically. So I need to take better care of myself. Drink less Mountain Dew and drink more water. That's how my day went. The truth is I was at work putting all the fucking dishes and shit away. And as soon as I was putting the dishes and stuff away, one of the bagel slicer and the freaking thing was falling off the cart, and I tried to grab it, and the thing slid off, and the metal like slit these fingers open, so I had to go get stitches. So that was fun. Went to the doctor and said, oh, that totally happened at home. Yeah, that's totally what happened. It didn't happen at work. I don't get hurt at work. That happened right as soon as I got off work.
It's funny that you think that.
It's funny that you think that. I'd love to play music, but the cucks on fucking YouTube keep like copyrighting my ass every time I even play. I won't even say the word of the song. Every time I play a little bit of music, YouTube's like, cuck, copyright. But yeah, here's my work too. From the front hospital. I'm not gonna show you where, but I'll show you what my blood pressure was. And they were like, huh, that looks concerning, Thomas. I'm like, what? I have no clue what you're talking about. I have perfectly good blood pressure. Y'all are worried for nothing. Am I really happy in my life? Oh yeah. I'm a happy guy. I have I have a wife, a 4-bedroom house. I have a Subaru Outback. I have 2 kids. I have a YouTube page with over 3,000 followers. A job that pays really well. I got 3 dogs, 4 cats, and a tortoise, and a gecko, and 5 chickens, maybe 4. Depends. One of them's being gimpy. So yeah, I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty blessed. I've been in bad situations in my life. I used to be homeless. I was really bad on drugs and alcohol. Now I'm not on drugs and alcohol, and I have a lot of things to be happy about. I have a lot of things to, you know, I'm blessed, you know. So yeah, I'm happy. I hope you're happy, and I hope you're not happy that you can find the best route to find happiness in life, because life is short and we shouldn't spend too much time worrying about the little stuff. Try to be happy, you know. By the way, welcome to the chat. I'm so brave. Oh, well, thank you. I don't know how brave I am. Sorry, I choked on a noodle. My mother and twin brother died like really close to each other, and I was really bad rehab and having a good safety net and counselors and everything. And yeah, I'm blessed. I'm way better than I used to be, and I want to share the blessings by, you know, building a nice community on YouTube where people can come and help each other out, give each other advice, and just have a nice, cool place to vibe, chill, and talk. I think I'm pretty blessed. How long have I been diagnosed with autism? Yeah, probably a long. I don't remember. They used to say it was ADHD. That was back in the 90s. So, been pretty autistic for a while. My empathy sucks. I suck at empathy. It's borderline narcissistic how much I care little about other things, and I try to work on that and be a better person. But yeah. Oh, seed of Abraham. Thank you for the kind words of scripture, my friend. It takes a lot to be a creator with disability. It's only disabling if you call it that. It's perspective. Like, I was doing calculus in 8th grade. I was a savant. Like, just because I'm autistic doesn't mean shit. I can probably run circles around people in India on mathematics. I know like 7 different types of ma- 7 different types of mathematics, which is not just the American base. I know, you know, pretty pretty intelligent in different ways. We all are differently functional. There's 9 different types of intelligences, by the way. Like, you know, there's different ways that you can utilize your brain's function to be actively functional in the world. Some people are more artistic, some people are more mathematically based, some people are really good at solving puzzles, some people are really socially intelligent. There's more to the brain than people give credence to. And usually it's low IQ people that think that intelligence only comes in one form. You know, the human brain is actually a spectacular organ, and people are capable of wonderful, strange, and interesting things, and that's what makes the world a place. My autism hasn't slowed my ass down yet. I own my own property. I'm a manager at a food place, and I'm doing pretty well. So my tizzy hasn't put my life on the frizzy yet. Mm. Look like Felix from Stray Kids. I don't know. I don't get the reference, but that might be funny. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you for being proud of me, my friend. And thank you for your kind words. It shows that you go out of your way to try to, you know, make the world better by saying kind things instead of putting people down. I appreciate the kindness. Oh, Felix. Emily Scholl is trying her best to make a lot on my mind. Must be windy out because my hairline blew back really far. I think people get bored when I don't get like offended by things. I think people like drama. That's fine. We all get in where we fit in. Yeah. Dude, sorry that I'm eating ramen on this live, but I'm really hungry and you know. My wife's over here making fun of my ass, by the way. I love her. But welcome to the chat, everybody. I hope everybody's having the best day that they can. I hope everybody's doing the best of what they have, and I hope everybody's learning to love themselves a little bit more every day, because you can't pour from an empty cup, and if you truly love the people around you, you got to take care of yourself too. No matter how much you think it's selfish, it's not. It's actually good for you to take care of yourself up here and physically, because you're not any good to the people you love if you don't take care of yourself. So, advice.
How does he look like an Australian rapper? He looks.
How do I look like an Australian rapper that looks Asian?
I'm
That's
sorry,
weird.
he's Korean, but he's an Australian.
He's a Korean Australian. Huh.
Like, I couldn't think of a person you look less like.
I look like the Asian version of Draco Malfoy. I don't look like that person. Jesus Christ.
Hey, he's not ugly, but
No, he ain't ugly, but I ain't got that tiny mouth, slanted-eyed, frickin' pays too much attention to the quality of the rice. Quality, I don't. Sorry, that's racist.
sorry, they said it.
But I don't look Asian.
They said it so many times. I had to know who Felix was.
Felix from what?
Stray Kids. It's a K-pop.
K-pop? Oh, so somebody said I look like Felix from some K-pop band. You know what's weird? K-pop, the word I sounds like a racism in English. No, wait, the word the. And it's funny, because they made a song called You Are the One, I think. Remember that one? Yeah. Yeah, K-pop's low key, and they know that word, what it sounds like in English, and they know what it means, and they still do it anyway. I don't know whether to be upset or proud of them. At least it's not with the hard R, you know. As long as you're singing K-pop, you know, and you're saying the word the 1,000 times, you know, at least it doesn't end with a hard R. My wife keeps saying sexy every time I make gross sounds. Look up You're the One K-pop. Look up that song. You'll be thoroughly amused if you speak English, and, you know, it's funny. I should run for city council. Hell no. Dude, the city council where I live, like where I live in this small town, the frickin' judge is on cocaine. His wife gave out drugs. Like, she was like a doctor. and she gave out a shit ton of prescriptions to people. Like where I live, the people are corrupt as fuck. I don't want to get a part of that. You know what I mean? Fuck that. And where I'm from in Myrtle Beach, it's even worse. The cops are literally the ones that are peddling the drugs there. Be the change. I can make my town better. Well, I mean, I could make the town better, but
The competition's over.
the competition's not that fierce. You know, they're our mayor in our town literally about them shutting off the water filter at the water treatment center. They turned it off over the weekend, didn't give any boil water advisory or anything. And then they put out that means the whole weekend everybody was drinking like, you know, corrupted water the whole time. Our mayor's fucked, the judges fucked, everybody's fucked. But it's a small town, so nobody seems to give a shit. So it's okay.
Asher loves his
Huh?
Asher loves his
Oh, hi, Asher Love. What's up? Welcome to the chat, y'all. We're just normal people talking normal shit about our lives, having a nice vibe. You know, I uh, I don't really do much but try to give advice. I'm an ex-drug addict and alcoholic, but I still smoke weed and I'm laid back and I don't tell people how to live as we just sit here and chill and chat and see what's going on with each other and it's kind of like Discord but watching a random 33-year-old dude sit in his room talking to you on a screen. So. Is plus. And if you're eating, it's dinner and a show. Plus, there is a plethora of people that love to come on here and make fun of my forehead, and I make fun of my forehead too, so y'all have at it. They actually make me. Oh, you live in Little Rock? Oh, okay. I live in the tri state area of Ohio, West Virginia, and Pennsylvania, and that's the best I'll give you. Look, I got a little Michael Myers figurine. It's cute. Power on. I don't show people this often, but I also have a knife made from a deer femur and obsidian and basically like a pine sap glue.
So 67 and I give $100. Sounds like a weird.
That's weird. 67 though. Ah, dude, it looks like that tooth's missing every time I'm in the fucking like shade. I got some nasty teeth too. Look at this. I look like a shark. Ah. Eh. I look like Francis Dollarhide from Red Dragon. I'm too autistic to explain to you why I know that name and why I'm good with movies. Black your teeth. Clack your teeth. Ah. Dude, people used to call me a vampire in high school and stuff because even though I'm really balding whenever I put my hair down, I kind of got that like. Have you ever watched the Twilight series and you know Aura's like brother, that really sad one that like wants to die? I look just like him, like sad. uh, fucking shark, right? Yeah, you know that sad one, the one of the Valkyrie, whatever the fuck their names are, the vampire clan that hates the Cullens or whatever. Huh? The Valkyrie. Valkyrie. Yeah, yeah. I look just like the sad dude where he's like at the end of the fucking series in the Breaking Dawn one, whenever the two other vampires come to kill him, he's like, finally. I look just like that motherfucker. I accept it. When my hair is like short, like up to this point, like here, I look like Lord Farquaad, dude. I used to get so many Lord Farquaad jokes, it was like ridiculous. Hey, Mama, can I ask you for a favor? May I have a Mountain Dew? Yo, I just got back from the hospital because my retarded ass decided to slice my fingers on the bagel slicers at my job. I'm a manager at a fast food place and I fucked up my fingers. It's great. I know, right? And look, here's my. And I'm gonna show you where the hospital is. It's like outing where I live. But look at my blood pressure right there, circled in pink. That was my blood pressure reading. Is that high? Is that a high blood pressure? 166 over 111. I'm not sure if I should have another Mountain Dew or not, but gosh, god damn it, I'm gonna drink one. I still look like Felix from Stray Kids. I don't look like a blonde little Asian pretty femboy. I'm sorry. I'm too ugly for that shit. I'd be if I was in prison, I'd be the one that would be rejected. People wouldn't want to rape me, you know? I'm that ugly. I'm that fugly. Like if I made it to prison, I'd be so ugly that even those sex deprived freaks in prison wouldn't even want to fuck me. That's how ugly I is. Oh, he sure as shit is a femboy. He looks pretty. He looks like a pretty little femboy. I'm sorry. Hate to break it to you, but Felix. Felix. I saw a picture. My wife pulled up a picture of Felix, and he. Maybe not by Asian standards because you know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, like, by ugly American standards, you know, I'm part German, part Middle Eastern. You know, my dad's from Germany, my mom's from Yemen. I got some ugly ass features, but he looks like a pretty little cupcake. Like his nickname would be Cupcake in prison. I'm sorry. Right? Wow, the forehead. Look, I can't even hide it with my hair. Even if I put all my hair in my head, I still got more forehead than like three people combined. Let me see if I can do this. Let me see if I can get the show you how many. See, that's 4 fingers, 5 fingers, 6 fingers, maybe even 7. That's a 7 head. I ain't got no forehead. It's a 7 head, bruh. And I got the freaking eyes of a basset hound. I got a teeth that would make a dentist faint. Megamind, dude. I haven't heard Megamind in a while. Yep. Sure as shit is a 7 head, bro. Look like Lord Farquaad's like retard. No, wait, that's the hard R. I look like Lord Farquaad. Yeah, Lord Farquaad with an extra chromosome. A couple extra chromosomes. Oh, I don't deny my ugliness. I embrace it. Y'all want to see one of my cool swords? I like to show off my swords. Like I said, I am autistic, and I'm like one of those kids that go, "Hey, everybody, look at my cool stuff in my room." I have a cane. It's a Masonic cane, and it has a sword on the inside. And it's pretty fucking cool. I like it. And the creme de la. I like the Vikings. Here's my wood splitting hatchet. Northman's Guild. They are a good they are master like freaking uh, blacksmiths, and they make some pretty cool shit. This looks like a Viking axe. It's literally styled like a Viking axe, but it's just a splitting hatchet. It's got a modern handle, but I like it. And it even comes with its own little sheath. Little runes on here. Hey, it's alright. There's nothing wrong with being autistic. You know, I think autistic people are the best people because they're not like held back by empathy. You know, like I think empathy is overrated sometimes. You know,
Put yourself in the place of me.
empathy. Put yourself in the place of me. People put themselves in the place of others and tell each other what to do. I think we need autism to balance out all the what's the word, pussies.
Need a bunch of dicks in the world.
We need more. We need enough dicks and pussy ratios to balance it out. There's too many pussies. We need more autistic people to not give a fuck and just like be really good at one thing that they're really interested in while they're stimming. In fact, I think some of the best computer hackers in the world are autistic. Would be my guess if I had to guess, and I did have to guess.
Touch me.
NBS for the win. Yep. Bruh. No, but on a real note, the if everybody were the same, life would be boring as shit, man. Like, I'm not a fan of like being a part of a group, like a main group where everybody's like, "Oh, you got to be like this or you're not normal." It's like normal is like madness. It's like, you know, what do they call it? Utilitarian or whatever, where everybody like comes together and does everything. Everybody's on paper. Everybody knows what everybody's doing. Everybody's on camera all the time. Too many people in this world that are like nosy as fuck want everybody to be just like them, and it's weird because like the whole reason people even like go on the internet, the whole reason people meet new people is to meet somebody different, to like have like shit, you know, interesting. Because life is shitty sometimes. Life is really boring, and sometimes it's really fucking sad. And you know better, looking at some random goofy fuck do something interesting and cool, you know? It's kind of what makes life worthwhile. Like when I'm at work sometimes, there are some absolutely batshit crazy ass motherfuckers that go in there. My coworkers are all like, I hate these people. They annoy me. They frustrate me. I'm like, hell no, they make my day. If it wasn't for them, this place would be drab and boring. I need that crazy crackhead to come in and itch their teeth off while they're ordering a latte. It makes my day fun. Fun. You know what's interesting? I suck at eye contact in like regular social situations, but I can stare at myself in this fucking thing and be like, just fine. But if somebody else looks at me in the eyes, I'm like, eh. Oh yeah. If you want to tell me an example, you can. I like to see if people are NPCs. You know what I mean? Like everybody just does the same thing every single day, nonstop, and I literally do random just to see how they react. Like it's a video game essentially. Like I'll sit there and be like, I'm gonna do something just a little bit different, a little bit odd, just to see if somebody acts different. Because I swear the world's full of NPCs. Like you know, like seeing how people react whenever you just say something random. Hell, I'll just sit there and make a SpongeBob quote because you know I was born in the early '90s, so I grew up watching SpongeBob. I'll just make a random SpongeBob quote and see how people do a double take, and then just go back to their normal stuff like they're literally a freaking NPC in a computer game, which like only makes me believe the world's a simulation, or at least people are easily programmed. One way or another, it's funny to see people react to random shit. And there's always that random person that like, dude, like this forehead. I think people would definitely, most definitely, fear a headbutt from me because uh, I got enough forehead to crack two faces at once. I'm not really violent. It's just a funny idea about my big forehead. Once upon, once on Spirit Week, it was just in March. So same That's funny. That's a good example. Uh, what's one thing that I did? I fucking every Thanksgiving that my family, well, when they were alive, they're dead now, except for my wife and kids. But when my family that raised me, every time they'd have Thanksgiving, I would dress up in Native American clothes and stuff, and I would go into the kitchen and I would just sabotage the food as they were making it and stuff, and like talk shit, and they were like, "What is wrong with you?" I'm like, "You have dishonored my people." A great white buffalo. You know what I mean? Oh shit. YouTube keeps censoring people. I hate that. I sweat my ass off. I bet you did. But it was worth it, I bet. I bet it was still funny. Cultural appropriation. Exactly. Fucking whiteys. Awful lot of honkies around here. I got $5. Bro, me and my buddy Sam, I used to work at, I don't work there anymore, so I don't mind saying the name. I used to work at a Panera Bread with a dude named Sam, and he's like Polish, and, well, let's just say a little anti-Semitic. He's kind of, he's really smart, but he's kind of a dick about it, and we would always like make fun of people and talk all kinds of shit over the headset and stuff, and all of our jokes would go over people's heads and stuff, and we would go really out of our way to like test to see if people were in PCs and just do random shit. Like if they laid something somewhere, we would pick it back up and like put it somewhere else and see how they like reset to go find it and everything. Like you know what I mean. We were assholes. We had fun, bro. What was it? What was one thing that we would do? My brain just fucking stopped working for a second, yo. I literally was just like trying to remember a time that me and Sam fucked around with people and it chirp, chirp, chirp. Dude, it was funny as hell. We would sit there and be on the headset because we had a guy that was Jewish that we worked with, and he was a dick, and we didn't feel bad at all. His name was Will. He was our general manager, and he looked just like Dave from Disturbed. He looked just like the lead singer Dave from Disturbed, and I could have swore he was like family with him. So every time we would get on the headsets and stuff, and we were like, "Oh my." Such heat this evening and like talk mad shit and stuff. It was fun. Uh, what was I don't know if you know this, but they like way. Let's just say. So me and Sam would always make jokes, and it was like, "Oh, I would like a kale salad. Do you guys have foreskins back there? My." And talk shit because yeah, if you know, you know. I'm not gonna like get this video like thrown off the internet because I'm making fun of the Jewish people, but you get the joke.
Oh my, wait, my, what? The salad's not gonna taste right without some foreskins, my.
Dude, there was this we had many people because we were in North Carolina at the time, and there was so many different people because there was a military base right there. So we had people all from Guatemala. We had everybody like from Germany. There was a military base, so people came and went, military wives and husbands, and random people coming in and going. So we had a wide culture of people to make fun of, and we overt racism that me and Sam undertook at that job was one of the best things that I think we. eh, I miss Sam. My wife doesn't like him because she thought he was a bad influence on me because I like talking shit. You know, Sam
Oh.
from Panera.
Yeah, he's a bad
Yeah,
influence.
he was a terrible influence on me.
He's a terrible person.
He was a terrible person, but he was my terrible person. We have fun. Like Daisy, her name was Daisy Velasquez or whatever. She was from Guatemala, and she was talking all kinds of mad shit about like how white people are terrible and how colonialism like destroyed America. I was like, "Oh yeah. They totally didn't chop off people's heads and roll them down the pyramid steps just cuz they were opening a new temple. That never happened. You guys were just banging drums, having orgies and eating corn. That's all that was totally all that was happening. We were pretty bad people. You know what I mean? Like so many people are like, like talking shit about what white people and colonial people did. I'm like, the whole world did a bunch of fucked up shit. Red and yellow, black and white. Humans suck. Like we're dicks. We do fucked up shit, and everybody's like, "Oh, they're worse than we are." I'm like, "Nah. Nah, you know how many people die just to get diamonds on your finger. Like that's an example of the race of people that say that they're the most objectified, yet they're the ones that fuck each other up the most. I'm not gonna say the name, but if you know, you know. Then there's like the Jewish people. Like Jewish people have been kicked out of over 190 countries since the dawn of human civilization. It's probably not. I mean, I'm not saying the Holocaust is good. I'm not saying that hurting people is good. I'm not saying that any of these things were good. But people suck. Everybody sucks. Stalin did way more atrocious shit in World War II than Hitler could have ever dreamed of doing. He just was. There we go. We're back. Sorry. There we go. We're back. Sorry. Yeah. Here's a good example. The most like spiritually like sound people. Everybody's like, oh, we love yoga. We love the people from India. They had a practice. It was a pretty fucked up practice. When a man would die and his wife was left over without, you know, anything to take care of herself, they would take the woman by force or by her will. Either way, they would literally burn her alive on top of the funeral pyre with her dead husband. Like the most spiritually enlightened people in the world, the Hindu people, the creators of Buddhism, they did some fucked up shit too. They would take women and literally tie them to the funeral pyre and fucking burn them alive with their dead husband. And that's not that you can look it right up. And here's another one. A lot of people are always sympathizing for Muslims. I got a good example for you. At least the creator of Islam kind of sucked. Muhammad, his wife, Ashaya, she was 6 years old whenever he married her, and then he consummated the marriage at 9 years old. So I'm not shitting on the Muslim people. I'm just saying that their leader is a pedophile, and I don't really, you know, I'm just putting it out there. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to be a bigot here. It's just the truth. Look it up. Muhammad took a 6-year-old wife named Ashea, 6 years old, violated that young girl at 9 years old, and that's the Muhammad the prophet, the one they follow. And I'm not trying to say that every Muslim's like that. I'm just saying if that's the start of your religion, you know, yeah, he consummated the marriage when she was 9. Consummated meaning, you know, yeah. So there's that. I'm just putting that out there. Um, I don't need to tell you about the Spanish Inquisition and all the things that our lovely Christian brethren and sisters have done. The world is a nice example of where we're at because of it. But the point is that humans suck. There's good humans and there's bad humans, and it doesn't matter red, yellow, black, white, what religion, what creed, what culture. It doesn't matter where you come from. There's a lot of shitty people, and there's a few decent people that try to keep the balance, and that's just the truth of the matter. Instead of pointing the finger at each other to see which, you know, shade of wheat is the worst, we should probably look within and try to learn from history instead of repeating it. That's the end of my rant there. Oh yeah. Well, that goes without saying. I mean, because if he felt like he needed to go for, yeah, yeah. Honestly, and everybody's like Islam is the religion of peace, where literally like the Sharia law means like if you become a Muslim and then you leave the faith, you get killed. If you don't convert to the faith, you get killed. It's literally honorable to kill what they call infidels. And I know a lot more about the Muslim religion than people actually might give me respect for. I actually hung out with a lot of Muslims whenever I was incarcerated for a little while. I got to learn a lot about their cultures, the 5 pillars of Islam. I learned how to do salat. I learned how to properly clean my nose, my eyes, hands, keep everything sanitary. I knew how to do every movement. I knew how to say salat. I learned the culture. Like I was really into religion. Theology was my major. Let's just say I uh, I know a lot, you know, and I'm not do that to like spitefully like say fuck these people and why people do what they do because it allows you to better understand what you're dealing with when it comes to people and their ideology. I guess. Yeah. Maybe it's the autism in me. Maybe it's just while I'm stimming, I have to learn shit. Into that lifelong contract. You know what I mean? What about the Mormons? What about the getting your own planet kind of shit when you die? You know, not saying it's much better than the Nordic people that believe there were different realms, and if you died honorably in battle, that you would get to go to Valhalla. You know, I mean, let's just say humans' ability for self delusion is astounding. And it doesn't matter which creed, culture, or race of people you look at, we're all kind of fucked in the head a little bit. Jim Jones. Oh, yeah. Yep. Dude, what was that? I really got into studying the Agori. The Agori are basically people that believe that Shiva, the Lord Shiva, or the Lord Abang, which is in the Hindu culture, they believe that he's the supreme deity, and they literally believe that everything is Shiva. It means everything that we call good, everything that we call bad is like divine and all part of it. And they cannibalize, they do drugs, they do alcohol, they do odd sexual things. If you ever want to study an interesting group of people, look up the Agori. That's an interesting Hindu culture of people that have Yeah, they're interesting. They'll literally go over to funeral pyres and cover themselves in the ashes of dead people and sit there, get high, get drunk, eat excrement, do all kinds of shit because they literally believe that everything is a part of Shiva. Everything is pure. Everything is, the divine bliss. You know, they're an interesting lot of people. It's another group of people. Oh, remember? Here, I already told you about the heads rolling down the pyramid stairs down in South America. What about, wherever they would, the Aztecs and the Incans were wonderful, interesting people. They made wonderful, like, sculptures, wonderful, like, megalithic things, and had really advanced water filtration methods. They were intelligent creatures. They were wonderfully, like, advanced for what we thought everyone was savage. They weren't. They were just as advanced as we were, if not more advanced than we were. But they still had this little thing, and I call it theater, where they would take a person, put them on a platform at the top of the thing, they would cut their chest open, pull their heart out, and hold it up in the air while it's still beating. Got that? Cut their chest open, pull the heart out, and hold it up in the air while it's still beating. You know what I call that? Theater. That is fucking theater. But it's also hella barbaric, and, you know. Did you know in certain what was it? I believe this was like ancient China, Mongolian cultures and stuff like that. They would take people and tie their arm. They would hang them upside down in an X shape, their arms out like that and their legs out like that to ropes, and they would take a saw and they would saw them from their crotch down all the way to their head so that they would stay alive as long as they could for the torturous hell that they put them through. Exactly, like that was pretty interesting. You remember Vlad the Impaler? What happened was is his father, Vlad the second? Yeah, he was the Vlad the second was killed. So Vlad the third decided to take revenge on that and decided to start doing that. He basically killed a bunch of nobles, and then after he really got his bloodlust going on, he would basically just keep using that as a torture method and a deterrent for other people to defy him. He would literally stick a spike up their ass and let it go either. Bless you.
Sorry.
My wife has very loud sneezes. She just scared me. But yeah, he would stick spikes up their ass, and they would either live there for days because it took forever to go through their organs and stuff, or they would die instantly if they would just slide down. But yeah, he would impale them there and leave them there for days so that people would literally be horrified. Yoda, what's up? I'm giving people a lecture about how fucked up, his history was. Here's one. St. Patrick's Day. Did you, St. Patrick wasn't as bit over to Ireland and literally just either forcibly forced Christianity upon the people that didn't get killed, and a lot of raping and pillaging and stuff. But he's known as like Saint Patrick, but literally all he did was go over and kill a bunch of pagans and wipe off all the pagans off of the face of Ireland. To this day, people get drunk and wear green and act all stupid over this guy called St. Patrick, where really he was just fucking the devil, essentially, to the people of Ireland. And nobody knows that. His name wasn't even Patrick. And he wasn't even from Ireland or Scotland. He was Welsh. No, that's what I'm saying. I'm not telling anybody on here that they don't know about their history, but there's a lot of people out there that don't know. Ah, yes. Death. Yeah. No, there's a whole bunch of like fucked up moments in history that I think people don't quite know or understand. Like Pocahontas. The story of Pocahontas was actually a very sad one. She was a little girl, she was taken, and they literally paraded her around as a civilized savage over in Europe. Was taken as a wife, had kids, died, and all that. It was not the romantic story that Disney made it out to be. I can tell you that. Hey, did you know? Not a lot of people know this, but for a time before, let's say, toilet paper was invented, it was back in the 5th century CE, maybe the 3rd century CE, and like India, Pakistan, Persia area. Um, there was a lot of whenever you know how they would cut people's hands off for stealing, right? Well, they would actually cut off their left hand, which was their eating hand, and they would leave their right hand, which is the hand that they wiped their ass with. So they were forced to eat with their right hand, which excrement came from. Now it's more popular that they just cut off both hands because they're thieves. But yeah, that was a fucked up thing that they did. People would eat with their left hands and clean themselves with their right hand. And whenever somebody stole something, they would cut off their left hand so they would be forced to eat with their shit hand. And obviously, if they kept stealing, they would cut off the other hand and just execute them. But yeah, that's an interesting thing people don't know about either. Yeah, why leave the good hand? I mean, if they were, I don't know. I might I'm a little dyslexic. It might have been the reverse. I'm not sure. Yeah, it was left-handed to eat with right-hand shit. Yeah. What's another thing? Did you know back in the time where the Vikings and everything, the Scandinavian people and the Nordic people were pillaging and everything, the people in Britain, and all the nobles in France and everything, you know what they did? They would throw their shit and their trash out of the door, out of the windows, and they would have street cleaner people basically clean it up. Essentially, that's how they dealt with their waste back in the day. It was gross. It makes you wonder. Maybe those people wouldn't have died so young if they didn't have so much E. coli and dysentery and shit. You know, it's just a theory. I think human cleanliness practice kind of slowly evolved. You know, a lot of people know that back in the times where all these wonderful painters, wonderful scientists, and everything, yeah, the natives were way more sanitary than the people that colonized them. Actually, like I was saying earlier, um, the Totechticlan or whatever, I forget the name. I might be really butchering it, but they had a massive city that literally had filtration systems to where they got clean water. Like they had plumbing, all kinds of shit. Their irrigation systems were top notch. They knew medicines like we didn't know. They were way more advanced, way more cleanly, and way more sanitary than the English colonizers were. A lot of people know that either. It's 2 a.m. right now. It's like 1 a.m. What time is it now?
150.
It's 1:50. It sure as shit is. I close when I go to work. So when I get off work, if I'm going to go live, I have to go live at night. I do it all the time. Yeah, same. What was I gonna say? Oh, well, what was I gonna say? It was something interesting. It was pretty fucked up too. I know a lot of history facts, a lot of fucked up things that happen. I like to study how people did their weird shit. Oh, you want to know how I'm not sure if it was the Jamaican or the Haitian people, but you know how they liberated themselves, and it's fantastic how they did it. There was the French that were the ones that were carrying slaves over to those islands, which we call Haiti and Jamaica today. The people actually killed all their slave owners, literally like butchered them, and then they used the French colonialists' fear of the African people's magic to basically keep them away, which has evolved into what we call voodoo today. But literally, they were deathly afraid of them because they literally massacred the ones that took them there, and the ones that tried to go change the situation were horrified by all the magic and stuff that they did, which was just different culture, and they were so superstitious and scared that they literally just avoided the island, and that's why like those were like the first self-liberated like slaves, because they literally just killed their slave owners and fucking scared them off with their voodoo. Well, what we call voodoo, but it was just African uh, medicine culture, and what we call magic, but it's just herbal medicines and different tribalistic practices, which humans are different all over the world. So humans naturally fear what they don't understand, but that's interesting to know. A lot of people don't know that. That's how let's say the Haitian and Jamaican people kind of liberated themselves from their slave owners by literally killing the fuck out of them. And whenever the other ones tried to come back to reclaim them, they scared their bitch asses off with their superstitions. So that's an interesting fact that not a lot of people know. Real question. Gotcha. What's the question? Huh? I'm sorry you're cold. Apple juice will make you shit yourself really quickly if you're constipated. Orange juice has a lot of vitamin C and keeps you from having your wounds open up from scurvy. They're both useful, but anything in a large quantity will fuck you up. So, I don't like orange juice though. Like in the morning, have you ever like had orange or grapefruit juice, and whenever you wake up and you go drink it and you go, why do we drink it? Are we fucking stupid? It's just like ice cream throat. Whenever you're eating ice cream and then you get that cold spot on the back of your throat, but it's too far away so you can't reach it to rub it. So you just wait for it to go away, and then it does. And then what do? Eat more ice cream. What are we, fucking stupid?
We usually take care of that
Pervert over here. Right? You know what I mean? Like, there's so many things that we do to ourselves that we keep doing. Like, you get like a brain freeze from drinking something really quick that's really cold, and you're like, ah, and then it goes away, and then we drink more or eat more of it, and it's like, ah. Here's another thing. I don't know if you know this. Spices, peppers, shit like that. Did you know that it's not a flavor? It's just your fucking brain saying this is pain. Like the tingling that you get, that's not a taste. That's not a flavor. That's pain. So people that really like spicy stuff are just masochists. I really think humans are stupid. Like, we like put ourselves on a pedestal saying that we're the most evolved creatures on earth, yet we indulge in something that hurts us and we call it like pleasure. Same as alcohol, it's a fucking poison. We're like, yeah. I'm a danger to this realm. I have SH, so. Huh. Did you know the natives fought the Vikings when they. Because when they traded for milk, the natives were lactose intolerant and they thought the Vikings were poisoning them. Yeah, war started because of milk. A lot of people don't know that the Vikings actually were the first ones to come to the Americas. Not a lot of people know that, but there's actually a lot of archaeological evidence to back up the fact that the natives met the Nordic people who were seafaring people. They jumped from Scotland to Ireland to Greenland to the Americas in what we call Canada today, and made their happy asses all the way up and down to what we call like the mid America area. Yeah, the Vikings actually were the first colonized, not the first colonized, but they were the first foreign people besides the natives to actually come to the Americas. So a lot of people give credit to those fucking weird, red-haired, fair-skinned, angry, wife-beating issue ass fucking Vikings, but whatevs, you know. We'll give it to Christopher Columbus and his weird pantaloon wearing, high sock wearing, goofy ass. Oh, it's plausible that they did because of the land bridge. I mean, the amount of geological evidence that we have that people are able to cross the land bridge multiple times because of different ice ages are just comes in stages. The ice melts and then it grows. And then it melts and then it grows. And we found out through people that study ice, rock, and people that had to actually go through that shit that it's likely that people of what they would say Mongolian uh, or Asian descent were the people that crossed the land bridge. Once the land bridge frickin' disintegrated, they were stuck here. They grew and flourished and adapted and evolved to be the what we call the Native American people. But here's the thing: there's a lot of people that don't recognize the fact that this all the continents used to be together. It was called Pangea. Sorry, y'all. This keeps happening. Uh, hey, Seabass, welcome. Hey, you have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. We've had a nice conversation. I usually mod people after, a long enough time of knowing them. A lot of people that I have as mods, I've known them for quite some time, and we know each other on a very good level. I'm not saying you wouldn't be worthy of modhood, but, we just started talking, so, you know, it's possible. Yeah, I noticed I keep lagging. It's the fuck. Am I lagging now? Yeah. All right. Hey, you have a good one. It was nice talking with you. Nice chat with you. You seem really cool. Thanks for stopping by. All right. Cool. Sounds good. Am I still lagging, Yoda? I'm not sure if I'm lagging again. I keep lagging back and forth. I know it happens. It's probably because my phone's dying. That's also part of it. A little bit. A little bit. A little bit. Yawn. Hmm. Uh, Audio's cutting up a bit here and there. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna probably.
They might be updating the internet or something.
Yeah. They're trying to update like this. We use Spectrum, so they're updating the internet right now. That's probably what's happening. I love you, Mom. Enjoy your shower. But I'm gonna try to be going on here. Yeah, I know. Sorry about that, man. I probably might jump. I don't know. I'm probably gonna jump off of here and everything, and I'll jump back on tomorrow. I'm probably gonna try to go out and do stuff like tomorrow. Oh, I'm fine now. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. No. Did I tell you what happened to my finger? I was at work and I fucked up my finger going through the bagel slicer and had to go to the doctor to get some stitches. So they stitched up my finger because I sliced it like all the way down to the muscle and the ligaments. Jesus Christ is King? Well, yes. Many people believe that Jesus Christ is King. You know, he definitely has changed many lives, and I, in my heart, believe that Jesus is a greater good for the world than pretty much any, many, or all, religious figures that are out there. I think that the moral underpinnings and teachings of Yeshua the Nazarene was actually the best thing that could have been given to this world, and I have nothing but deep respect for the Christian culture. Yeah, they said it could be alien. Then they said also that there's like an asteroid that's like the size of a freaking like city that's supposed to be coming our way too. I see a lot of stuff. There might be an armada of aliens coming to finally reclaim everything. And who's to say that these aliens aren't actually the angels and God that we speak of? Whenever we hear everything in Revelations and the Bible, they always speak about coming in on fiery burning shields and stuff like that. Just because our ancestors were not evolved enough to understand what these technologies are doesn't mean that that's not what's happening. And I in my heart believe if there's something powerful coming this way, it's one, either angelic or demonic. Either way, what we called it in the past, we can call things different things today, but I believe there's a reckoning coming, and it's about time that people realize that we're not the most powerful beings in this universe, and it's about time human beings got put in their place. Space Jews. That's what I'm saying. What if, like, how they say the Nephilim were like the offsprings of the Watchers or the guardian angels or whatever that were supposed to be here. They made a little pact with Azazel and all them, like made the Nephilim and all. I wouldn't change. Christ is coming back very soon. I believe that a lot of people believe that at some point we gotta kind of admit our situation. There'd be more dignity in it if people just understood that that what we call sin or the depravity of the human race is reaching its peak, and it's about time for a cleansing. I'd say, and I'm not talking like Nazi level cleansing. I'm talking spiritual. I'm talking full on like world changing cleansing going, and I believe it's happening, and probably for the best because one, it's out of our control, and two, which made us has every right to take us out. You know, it doesn't see us fit for our act. That's what I heard. The Sea of Galileo just turned red. There's a lot of prophecies that are coming true, and it's starting to get scary. Like, a lot of people are saying, like, Trump is like the false prophet and everything because of all those empty promises, and everybody's going to love him. Everybody's going to say that he's going to bring peace to the world and all this other crap, and it's all going to be lies. You know? Everybody's fallen in love with this guy. Like, there's so many people that literally, if you say you hate Trump, they literally hate you for it. And it's weird. But I think anybody that worships a human being or puts them on a pedestal, they've already committed the sin of blasphemy because they're putting somebody on a sense of godhood instead of honoring God first. It's all starting to happen. It's there's going to be a great upheaval, and it's going to be biblical. Yeah, if you put your faith in Jesus Christ, you'll reach paradise, and that's the thing is that there's so many people to this day. I think today of all days, Christians are really not really persecuted, but put down, socially outcasted, and actually persecuted in many nations. Actually, will know that. There's actually quite a few nations that you can go to jail for doing. And your faith into what you put your love and life, your part to, the fruits of that will show. And as many believe, when Christ comes back, you either deny him or accept him, and there's only two ways to go about it. You know, so. And with everything that's happening, all these prophecies being fulfilled, all these things that we're seeing in space coming our way, we used to call space the heavens. That's the heavens. Our masters are coming from the heavens down to see what we have done with that which they've given us. They've given us plenty of time, plenty of ability, plenty of technology, plenty of advice, plenty of everything that we need to have turned ourselves into something better, and we've done nothing but pervert it and destroy it. And it's time for a reckoning. I think it's happening pretty soon. It's just my personal belief. But I agree. It's very simple. Be humble, follow the way of those that tell us the way of peace, like Christ did. And it doesn't take much to accept and truly accept Christ. Actually, believe in whatever anybody, because darkness cannot hide the light. Darkness can only hide from the light. The light will show all. You'd be disappointed if it was just a rock flying by. You're hoping for aliens? Yeah. Oh, there's an increase in the spreading of the gospel, absolutely. That's because people are starting to be put wise to the fact that, you know, there's when something's true, it speaks to you not just mentally but physically. Like a lot of people's lives have been changed by turning their lives to Christ. I think really people are starting to become wise to the value of, you know, what Christ has to offer. But I do need to go because I did promise my kids I'll get up and take them to the park tomorrow. It's 2 o'clock. Sorry, my phone keeps lagging. I'm gonna take my happy butt to bed. Thank you guys for stopping. God bless you all. Much love to you all. And I hope you all have a wonderful evening. Thanks for stopping by. And I will try to go live tomorrow after work. And y'all be good. Love yourselves. Love each other. And most of all, love is the answer. You know. Can't pour from an empty cup. Take care of yourself so you can take care of others. Y'all have a good night. Bye.